Okay, guys, we are live. So for those listening at home, welcome to the Dungeon Musings YouTube channel. My name is Kevin Madison, and I will be your friendly Dungeon Master this evening, this afternoon, this morning, wherever this finds you, whenever this finds you. Today, we're carrying on with our quarantine campaign, playing Advanced Dungeons & Dragons 2nd Edition, playing through the 2013 adventure, Legacy of the Crystal Shard. Now, we are also incorporating in our adventure material from Wizards of the Coast's new at the time of recording, Icewind Dale Rime of the Frost Maiden. I know Anna, as you can hear, is really excited for me to share that information. I'm telling them about the spoilers. Honey, my goodness. If you are intending on playing Rime of the Frost Maiden at some point, or if you are playing it right now, I'd suggest that you come back at another time and then see what happens with our heroes, because this will have some spoilers for that adventure in it. I'm changing some substantial things about it, but I'd hate for you to have spoilers or things about the game ruined. So, if you don't care about Rime of the Frost Maiden, or you're not playing Rime of the Frost Maiden, then welcome! Let me introduce you to our Quarantine Crusaders, the stars of the Legacy of the Crystal Shard campaign. First up, we have our resident armorsmith, Dave.
Hey, morning everybody. I'm Dave. I am playing Lex Wiltshire, who is a level 6 half-elven ranger of Myliki.
Very nice. Next up is Brandon.
Hi, I'm Brandon, and I'm playing Grim Buckman. He is a 4th, soon-to-be 5th level generalist wizard.
Very nice. Next up is Arlen.
Hi, I'm Arlen. I'm playing Gorwyn, who is a 5th level elven fighter.
Wow. Guys, you're getting up there. Next up is Andrew.
Hi everyone, I am Andrew. I am playing Kola Hammerstone, a 6th now level, freshly minted 6th level dwarven specialty priest of Clangeddon.
Excellent. And last but certainly not least is Mo.
Hi, I'm Morris. I'm playing Thomas Brunner, who is a 7th level fighter.
Very nice. All right, guys. So, last session was, let's see here. It was a tough one. You guys were making like mountaineers and advancing up the slopes of the Spine of the World Mountains in search of new allies. You guys, did you face any adversaries last time? I'm trying to remember.
The weather.
The weather? It was just the weather?
Yeah, we fought the berserkers.
Oh yeah, right.
Yep.
That's right. More black ice berserkers, and this is pretty far south of where the where Evermelt is. So you guys clearly left an impression on the White Witch. Anything else happened last session?
Well, we got to the stronghold of the... Are they giants? No.
The Goliaths.
Goliaths, right?
Yeah.
And the Goliath tribe that we are looking to get aid from have told us that they are having a conflict with another Goliath tribe, and because of the conflict, there's no chance that they're even leaving their mountaintop. So, kind of leaving it to us that if we want their help, we need to solve their problems.
Mm-hmm. So you met two, at least. Well, I mean, you met a bunch of Goliaths, and for those who are not familiar with them, here we go. This is what a Goliath looks like, and they stand about 7.5 feet tall as well. Pretty big suckers. And you met the ally that Longclaw and Osen were hoping to bring to your side and bring in on the fight against the White Witch, and that was Kaniaka, the kind of local wise woman or shaman of the tribe, the Sky Tower tribe. Yeah, Sky Tower Goliaths, who are the Akhenathi tribe. And then you guys were... It was
we not get around to asking her about like some healing magic if she has any, but I think that's on the top of the list.
Yeah, So, guys, you are currently, I think, like a lot of people have, their constitutions are down quite a bit from trying to, get yourself up. I think Tom and Grim were both at the point of collapse from fatigue.
I think all. I think.
Yeah, I
Cola was
I think
too.
two of us was.
I had just I had the Goliaths had to carry, or not carry, but help me in.
Okay.
Yep. I think Lex and Tom were the only ones who weren't collapsed.
Okay. So then, let's pick
Well,
up there.
I think I
Then.
was fatigued, but
Yeah, both Grim and Tom, you guys were beyond fatigue. You were exhausted, where you couldn't go on any further. So we're going to pick up. This has been about an hour or so since you guys reached here. You've been sitting around this fire. You've seen other Goliaths come and go. The chieftain had threw his gauntlet down of what he would require from you in order to get you to help them. Do you remember what that was?
Yeah,
It's like the leader's cloak.
the mantle of the leader that got injured by the griffin
Yeah.
that started this whole feud.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, and that is what's it here? Her name is the other tribe. Oh, Ogalai Tunlakalaga. Yeah, it's a tricky one to say.
yeah.
Those Inuit-inspired names don't. I mean, they roll off the tongue, but they can also be a little tricky. All right, so then, those of you who have suffered from exhaustion, you can assume that you're going to recover. Those of you who are suffering from fatigue, likewise, you guys have recovered. You're given some strong drink. You're given heavy, warm robes, or hides, I should say, to keep you warm around this. And Keniaka seems to stay by your side, as do two Goliath warriors who stand near the side. Ostin will also curl up around the fire as well. Boom.
Oh.
Oh,
Apparently a dog, too. So, what do you guys want to do next?
So you guys they'll get their immediate con loss from the exhaustion back just from resting, right?
Yes, just you're both, the exhaustion and fatigue are both recovered just by resting. It takes 2 hours to get rid of fatigue. Exhaustion, I think, longer actually.
All right.
yeah, I was kind of expecting we'd be here at least till the morning before we do anything, just to let us all recover.
Sure.
I might take out. Well, there's a lot of Goliaths. If I do this, I'm probably going to go through the rest of the beer rations. It's worth trying to get a charge on the. Or did we? I don't know if we.
This
said
will,
already.
yeah. You already will qualify for that.
Oh, okay.
Keniaka is sharing it with you, so you will get another charge back on the
Okay.
ring.
All right. So then I could. Still a ways off from any sort of restorations, but we're getting there.
Okay. So
Okay,
then,
so-
let's hear.
Little sidebar, guys.
Yeah, 3 hours is enough to get an exhausted character back to fully recovered.
We'll need to get our spells back and rememorize them and everything as well. So
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Just a little sidebar.
Can we ask Kaniaka if there's somewhere where we can spend the night, and then we'll.
You're looking at it.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
I think Brandon's trying to.
Oh, everybody,
Just wanted
good
to-
puddle.
Snuggle up
So-
with the crag cat.
Do we? Oh, there's a crab cat over there. That's yeah.
Yep.
All right. Are we sure we really want to like follow these people? Should we? Maybe I'm just saying we could go see what the others want. Maybe they'd be a little more amenable. We're saying this quietly so they can't hear.
Well, Tom also thinks that maybe we should hear the other side of the story.
I think so. I think it'd be
And maybe we ought to try and see if we can be mediators and try and come to a peaceful solution. Because you don't really want to be fighting each other at the time when the White Witch is on the move.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And also, like, I'm kind of sympathetic to somebody who got mutilated. Just saying.
As Tom should be too.
Yeah, really.
Tom missing an eye.
Yeah. It's funny how the injuries tend to mirror what is actually wrong with me. As well.
Oh, gee.
Oh, no.
Escapism.
Yeah, really. Okay.
Strikes me that Grim's got a point. The Goliaths could be great allies in our battle against the White Witch, but not if they're too busy killing each other first.
All right.
That's
That's-
all.
Assuming, of course, that there is a peaceful solution to see these two people work together again and solve their differences. We don't know enough about their conflict, but it's worth a shot. I agree.
Well, given the way that a lot of other conflict has been triggered by the White Witch and her enablers, you never know whether this not has been part of the wider plan. You know, the changes in the cities, in the 10 towns, the Dwarven Civil War. Maybe this is just one more.
This happened a long time ago, though. This happened because of a game they were playing through the tribe.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, she explained that this was because we actually mentioned the connections to the potential connections to other things happening, and she said, "No, our conflicts have been going on for much longer than that. This is a deep-seated internal matter."
Plus, it's not like out of the blue that a dangerous beast attacks somebody. Doesn't seem you don't need a White Witch for that.
So the idea is we're going to go and visit this other tribe.
Yeah, I think that's wise.
Okay. Yeah, let me see here. How far is Wyrm Doom?
It even sounds pleasant and friendly. Like you could just go there and have tea.
Yeah.
Weird doom.
Yeah. Death Mortis. Curse. Rain.
I'm sure Kevin has not got anything up his sleeve. It's gonna be a nice little vacation.
All right. So, we look at the. If you are thinking of going, Kaniaka will give you a sense of where you're going for. So, you guys are. Let's see here. Let's move out a bit. Go. All right. So, you guys are currently right here. Ping you here. Boom. All right. And Wyrm Doom is right in that crevice there. So you guys will need to make your way down through here, around, and then down into Wyrm Doom. Now, for them, that is a distance that you could easily fly in a day with a griffin. Everyone check your equipment. Anyone got a griffin in there? No?
Nor do I have the riding flying creatures proficiency, so unless I'm being strapped in as a passenger.
Yeah, I've got riding, but I might actually have some unused non-combat skills. I'll have to check whether I get anything at 7.
Oh wait, I just hit 6th level. Don't I get another non-weapon proficiency? I
Could be.
could learn how to ride a griffin. You have time?
I don't have riding or a parachute, so I'm probably gonna skip that idea.
Parachute.
There we go. So
I could try to find if there's Featherfall in this version of the game.
there is Featherfall.
Probably don't have access to it as a cleric.
Very unlikely, unless you're a cleric of. the air and such. So if that is, I mean, if that's what you guys want to do, is Kaniaka obviously is not keen on further aggravating things between the two tribes. But again, like she said last time, she is of the tribe first, and she is a servant of the spirits second.
It did seem to me that it seemed like the chieftain was more gung-ho about this whole conflict than she was.
You would definitely, yep, that's a accurate read on the situation. Yeah, he is Chief Rockfist is definitely the the more belligerent. Yeah. I mean, it could seeing how these Goliaths care for their griffins. You can imagine, or at least it isn't hard for your characters to imagine, that if the Tunlakalaga tribe snuck in and slaughtered one of their griffins, it would be no different than someone slaughtering someone's favorite pet. So the bad faith between them is, or bad, not bad faith, the bad spirits between the two would be understandable. So then, what are you guys thinking in terms of what you need in order to agree to this? Now, do you want to? You guys have talked among yourselves about talking to the, the Tunlakalaga tribe, but do you share any of that with any of the Goliaths from here, or?
I think not.
No.
I don't think we should.
Well, we could. I mean, we could ask them about like the possibility, like if there was a way to make sure that honor was satisfied on both sides, would that possibly be acceptable, or is blood the only solution that you will accept?
And maybe we don't ask the chieftain. Maybe we talk to the druidess and let her,
I think she's a bit more.
You ask her. Don't talk to him. Yeah.
Sure. So if you ask Kaniaka, what she would tell you is that as far as Chief or Chieftain Rockfist is concerned, he sees only one way, is revenge and humiliation and potentially annihilation of the other tribe, or subjugation at the very least. But as she said, like, they count their losses quite dearly, though there's been a strife between the two. It's not like they've been running the slopes of the Spine of the World Mountains red with blood. They would annihilate themselves far too quickly if they allowed it to get to that point. But there are certainly other ways that they can be aggressive towards each other and make life difficult for each other. And stealing, important tribal artifacts to humiliate another ally or another tribe certainly would be one of those ways. It's a different kind of formal or like a ritualized conflict. Absent that would definitely engender bad feelings as well too.
Yeah, no kidding.
But they also have a long tradition of, again, because their numbers are few, because they count lives quite dearly, they have long histories of resolving differences between tribes peacefully. So it is not impossible. The largest impediment is going to be the history between the tribes and the temperament of Chief Rockfist. Kaniaka doesn't know really much about Ogilai at this point. She's not sure what she's grown into. She knew her, or knew of her at least, as a child, and she was, she was surprised by the by the child's actions that led to her being, grievously scarred. but she doesn't know who she's grown into. You know, that kind of disfigurement can grow someone to being hardy and big-hearted. It can harden a heart and make them a difficult person. So, and that she has seen nothing that Chieftain Ogalai has done to stop the feud between the two. So, if you plan on, they'll give full directions to where you find them, and Worm Doom is pretty easy to find because there is a giant skeleton of a dragon outside of their home, and their home itself is like this one is makes use of natural caves. They also have a goat ball court where, yeah, it's a it is a Goliath favorite.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch some Goat Ball tomorrow. I've got a Goat Ball
Yeah.
fantasy game going on. Fantasy Goat Ball.
Yeah, and in this world too, they name things after fantastic things like jets as well too. All right, so then what she will do is, if what you guys are intending to do is follow up with the plan, then they can supply you with as much food as you can carry.
Okay. Does she have? Lex says, some of our companions have suffered at the hands of the White Witch's minions, feeling less dexterous and less sturdy as they used to. Do you have any magics that would help reverse some of those long-term effects, or do you know of any?
I don't. She doesn't have access, or doesn't have anything. At least nothing she can do for you. Now, they won't let you die in the woods, obviously, but to gain access to, for them to be expending high-level spells, that's not going to be happening for a bunch of strangers.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
That's
But she is powerful with the spirits, so there is a there is a possibility that she could offer some assistance, but she cannot spend those resources on strangers, those who aren't recognized.
Well, if we were able to stop this feud, would the tribe be willing to help us against the White Witch? Which is the whole reason we came here.
Logically, it would follow.
That's she cannot speculate what they might do.
We talked to the chieftain.
Yeah, exactly. Unfortunately, like it's Chieftain Rockfist who is making the decisions as to what what help could be offered. What she'll say is that she's felt the presence of the White Witch as well too. She's aware of the threat that the White Witch represents, not only to the small folk who live in the lowlands in the Dale, but for them as well too. They're able to weather the winter better than what you guys are, but it would be only a matter of time before they came to her. And it's made life, like if a winter carries on like this, early, vicious, life's not exactly easy up in the Spine of the World Mountains. So a winter would only make that more difficult as well. If you guys are putting together an alliance, then she certainly would throw herself in with you, and the tribes may as well.
Think we should talk to Rockfist now, or solve this problem sooner? Like, is he a man to be negotiated with, or?
He's spoken his piece. He's
okay,
not.
Then we won't. Yeah, then we're not going to go down that road.
No, I think maybe an expedition to the Worm Doom to see the lay of the land is.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. So then, guys, with full bellies and a pleasant, warm environment, you guys are able to get a full night's sleep. Now, one thing we've been screwing up is in order to get the 3 hit points every night, you need to have someone who's treating you who has both medicine and herbalism. If you've got just healing as a proficiency, then you get 2 points back per night. But I think both Cola and Chael have both proficiencies. So that's why you're able to heal 3. But okay, so tonight you guys will heal 3 hit points naturally. So you can restore those. Those of you who are down your what do you call it? Down your attribute or not attributes. Your
Continually.
yeah, fatigue or exhaustion. That those are restored as well. And morning comes. Now, how much time do you guys need? I guess we need rolls from Dave to see what the weather's going to be like today.
I think it's going to be good flying weather, folks. But guess what? We're walking.
Go matter to us.
Okay. So it is snowing today. But the wind isn't that bad, and it's mist, so it'll be fog. Unfortunately, you guys are going down the mountain. That's a relatively easy direction to try and not get lost in. So, how much time do you guys need for spells? What spells do you want to prep and cast this morning? Oh, you don't have John here today, too, so no travel cleric spells.
That's unfortunate.
I'll need 40 minutes. I actually only cast 3 spells last time, apparently.
Okay.
Oh, I'll need let's see. Shoot.
Curse soul.
Remind me how many minutes does it take?
10 minutes per level.
Per
Minutes per level. Okay, so
Per spell
gonna need,
level.
I didn't actually cast that much, so I'll just need 30 minutes.
Okay. So then, with those preparations made, guys, Cola's down quite a bit for hit points now. Tom is still down by about 9.
10, I think.
You're at
I am
49.
on out of
good.
58.
Yeah. Gorwin's almost full. So, what do you guys want to do before you head out? If that's what you're intending to do.
I'm happy to stay where I am because hopefully this won't be a combat day. Yeah.
Always an iffy proposition.
Yeah. I don't know. Do we want to? I think I'm probably actually the most down. Actually, looking around everyone. Oh no, hang on.
Cola's down.
Down.
Cola is needs no help than I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, arbitrarily so, because had I not leveled up, I'd actually be closer to my total hit points.
Oh, no, whatever new hit points you gain from leveling, you can just add those on.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
you keep those. You get those hit points.
38 before, so I guess the new 6, I should just have those. then.
7.
Or 7, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Never
Add
mind.
to the numerator and the denominator.
Hmm?
You add it to the numerator and the denominator.
Right. No, the 43, I already added it to the 40. So the 43 includes the 7 I got last week.
Okay, so you're not nearly as bad. You're down by 8. So what are you thinking for today, guys?
I want to know if the Crag Cat's the same one that's been following us.
It is not.
Okay. All right. She answered.
Is this Craig Cat more? Is this like Craig Cat actually like domesticated?
Appears to be.
Can I pet it?
I will.
Kenny Aka looks at you and says, you are not of the so you're not of the folk, so Akhenathi.
You're more akin to food than you are family.
Nonetheless, I'll tell Kanathi, like, this is, or wait, no, now I'm getting the names of the tribe and the names of the person confused. Anyway, I will tell her.
Is the here? I'll put it in chat as reminders here. Okay.
I will tell her this is quite impressive a feat. It's your tribe's ability to tame and train build a kinship with these creatures is extremely impressive.
We are of the wild, and those creatures of the wild recognize us as one of their own. And you can hear Longclaw kind of in agreement with that.
And Austin is a Goliath werebear, right? But not of this tribe.
He is not a Goliath werebear. Austin is a ragged tribesman.
A ragged tribesman werebear.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Which tribe is he? Is he an elk tribe
Bear.
guy? Bear tribe.
Yeah.
It was Goliath.
Mm.
Oh, no,
Could have probably guessed that from his form, but
Yeah.
you know.
It says it, but it's an illustration from Rime of the Frost Maiden.
gotcha. Okay, that's for a reason.
That's why I thought he was, because
Yeah.
in the handout it says Goliath.
Yeah.
Werebear. Okay. Then we don't need to. I was going to ask him kind of how he feels about, like, if he knows anything about the Goliath kind of ways of dealing with things. But if he's not actually Goliath, I guess then that's
No,
not
and
as
even
useful.
as I mean, the ragged would probably have know more about the people of the wild places. But you know, there's stories that they have of people of brave tribesmen kind of like going up to see the folk of the mountain, but it's not really. The ragged live a pretty hardscrabble existence, and to like, it's the rarity that would go and like waste time farting around in the mountains trying to meet things. There's lots of dangerous things in this region that would kill folks who are screwing around on their own, and there's plenty of work that's needed to be done to survive in here. So the ragged, they're aware of them, and there's the odd brave Sven or whatever who went up in the mountains and met some, but that's the extent of their real knowledge of what the Goliaths are and are about.
Well, and they're also probably like an oral culture, so my elven sense of superiority is kicking in with all of our written history.
Yeah. I mean, it's a nice cave, but it's no elf cave.
Yeah, I mean, really, if you guys were serious about your history, you would write it all down. But no, you just have to tell it through the storytellers.
That's really why Gorwin travels, to feel good about himself. He's that insufferable person from a mid-sized city who goes to small towns and looks down on them. All right.
Sounds colonialist, really.
So then, guys, Kanyaka wants to know what you wish to do today. Will you be departing, or will you need another day of recovery? She seems genuinely concerned, not suggesting that you're weak. Although some of the Goliaths kind of like...
Well, I mean, the weather's okay, but do we know what it's going to be? It's going to be better tomorrow?
Anyone got weather sense?
One of us has, doesn't it? Or is that someone we haven't got with us?
Dave's already used
Oh,
it.
was it Falcriel or
Yeah, it's Johnny!
Falcriel? I think.
Awesome.
We want me to roll it then? All right.
Oh, do you have weather sense?
But I don't know what tomorrow's going to be like.
No.
And the Goliaths can't. They have no idea what the world's gonna be like.
They're
Since
not.
they're
If they
nature.
do, they're certainly not sharing it with you.
After
Fair.
like 40 sessions of Night Below, and I rolled up a ranger, I'm like, fuck, I'm taking weather sense, I'm taking like living water, everything that survived in the wilderness. Because
Yep.
shit.
Would you guys... Oh, you guys have 5 points of Astonishing Fortune as well, too. So if you do want to re-roll that, Dave, you're welcome to do that. But let me ask you this.
No.
What difference will that make? Like, you're waiting for 2
Yeah.
clear days, or...
No.
Yeah, it's pretty good today anyway. I think we just go.
Yeah. Let's just go. 7 miles. We might be able to make that actually. In a.
It's snowing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A couple of days. What's it gonna do?
Mm-hmm.
It's
We've got snowshoes, don't we?
Yep. You're
Yeah.
making it with snowshoes on. It's still 4 miles a day, but you're also moving through mountains for the first little bit.
Yeah, moving through mountains. That's
Yeah. So
Go downhill
worse,
though,
so.
right?
we've been playing
Okay.
in a winter.
You
wonderland.
have snowshoes, not skis. So
Can we get some skis?
We've
Although
been
I do it-
adventuring in winter for 45 sessions. What's the difference in the weather? Come on, guys. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So
Can
then,
we get some skis?
what's that?
Can we get some skis before we leave and see if that'll?
Because they just
Probably
have.
like
Yeah, they're-
life size.
Yeah, there's.
That's true.
It's like kids putting on adults skis.
well,
It's like
it'd be a ski. It could be a snowboard for us. That's-
Now, let's quickly talk about what supplies you're bringing with you then, because you guys will.
It's not yours.
Yeah, I want to keep track of your weight. Well, I think John keeps it in the party loot,
I have the
doesn't he?
party rations open.
Yeah.
I have the party rations open. I'll make those.
Oh, great. Okay. So
So they're giving us what kind of rations?
these will be iron rations.
Okay. We already have 41 rations from rangers, rams, and goats, and 28 iron rations.
Okay.
4 days of firewood, 7 sets of Periton antlers, 2 sets of ram horns, and a partridge in a pear tree.
Let's see here. A week of iron rations will weigh.
Iron rations weigh 5 for a week. Regular weigh 10.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Because they're not listed in the AD&D book.
Yeah.
They're
So actually,
in
I
Ash.
pulled out my
Yep.
Ash. Look it up again. So what would you guys like to? What do you call it? What would you guys like to take with you?
Ash books on sale this weekend.
Yeah, that's right. The Flyers books are on sale.
Yeah, I think it's a really good like buy one get one free or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right from the publisher.
Yeah.
So do we want to? Do we need to ask for rations? Like, we've got 69 rations right now.
And I took. I do have great food and water among my spells.
Yes, I don't think we need
What about
to ask for
firewood?
rations.
Yeah, firewood is our bane.
That we could definitely use.
Okay.
Bring an extra couple days of firewood.
So they're going to give you something more like charcoal. On here.
So we like use a little bit of firewood to get it going, and then we put the charcoal on and
Yeah.
spray it with some liquid that.
Just put a bit of
Lex
potion
pulled out
on
his-
there.
Lex pulls out his squeeze bottle of lighter fluid.
There we go. Oh, what's the weight?
Yeah, the coal.
Firewood's probably like 5 pounds a day or something.
Yeah, I think it is probably. Sorry, I'm just looking in. Firewood is listed in Golden Glory, but they don't give the weight for it.
Well, it's on the Rams, so let's just say it's 10 pounds a day.
Well, those. I
think
mean,
I-
I do have rules for how much the Rams can carry as well.
Days worth of firewood can't be just a little bundle like you'd take to the lake. That would be
Yeah.
gone in a couple hours.
So I think. Yeah, I think 10 pounds a day is probably closer to right. I'm just picturing for camping, like how much one of those things weighs. 10 pounds probably feels about right for a day of firewood. So distribute your weight accordingly. A ram can carry how many? So you guys have it's 2 less than your total number is how many rams you guys have access to. So you got 3 rams right now. And the rams can each carry. Oh, it's in the PHB, I think. Not the the rams, but the animals in general. I think the encumbrance is in there, isn't it? Isn't it? Or is it? Let's see. Let's see. Oh, Anna says hi to everyone. Character. Here we go. Carrying capacity of animals. Let's give the rams the same as mules. So you can put up to 250 pounds on the ram without slowing it down. So, what do you guys think? What's on the ram right now?
Oh man, we've got whatever. Where's the party notes? I gotta open
So
it.
on my ram, or one of the rams, I've got what is that? 16, 20, 40, 50, like 55 pounds worth of stuff. That's some extra water skins, some extra food, a tent, and some silk rope.
Okay.
And then whatever the feed weighs for the rams, because I marked that down, but I didn't know how much it weighs.
One of the rams has. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, assume the rams are. You don't need to worry about feeding the animals necessarily.
Okay.
On one of the rams has got my rope, because we determined 20 pounds was a waste for me to be carrying it.
Okay.
As well as the ale.
Okay.
That's probably on Alehead, but
Okay. So, I mean, it sounds like you guys have at least, 500 pounds you could still distribute between the two things. So that's, a month or more of fuel. You guys want to stock yourself up like that?
Much.
yeah, I mean, whatever they're willing to part with. Cola will offer some of. I go up to her and I offer. I'll start opening my bag of gold. My anyway, and I don't know what payment I can offer for your assistance.
Cola, maybe they'd take some Periton antlers or ram horns or something like that. Something they could use to make things with.
Periton antlers, if you guys do break those out, that is that you will definitely be getting the. You will be impressing the tribe, because Peritons are no joke, as you guys are well aware. You guys defeated
7 Periton antlers.
Yeah.
So I'll bring a pair of those to her and say, whether it's gold or other items, we have the pieces that we have accumulated from our travels, and if any of these are things that your people can use, we would wish for you to have them as a sign of our gratitude for your help.
So what she tells you is that to take a trophy from some other hunter really is like trying to steal glory that it doesn't belong to you. But you guys bringing them out definitely brings the impression of the estimation of the tribe of you guys up quite a bit. The many of the Goliaths are looking in, and they're when you're going through and pulling out, is it 7 sets of Periton antlers you have, or? Oh yeah, so they're like the first one goes down, they're like, holy wow, second one, third one, fourth one, there's more and more of these guys are coming by. I'm like, who are these people? Because as a refresher, for those who didn't have the pleasure of fighting the Peritons do like up to 16 points of damage on each hit.
And they can only be hurt by magical weapons or fire.
Yes, so they
are a big problem.
Yeah.
And they recover hit points by eating the body, so...
Yeah, they are really nasty customers. And so...
regaled them with the story of this battle last night.
Yeah.
Next time.
There you go.
Oh yeah, I'm glad I was not here for that session.
Yeah. Well, they also killed your guide. I think wasn't he killed by them?
Yes.
Yeah.
He had 2 Peritons on him in the first round, and that was that for Ragnar, I think.
Yeah, that sounds right. The last poor Ragnar. He fed the Peritons well. So.
He lasted longer than most hirelings or henchmen have ever lasted on this channel. So
it's true. He lasted a long time, because we started with him way back in the Dwarven Valley with the refugees, and then went and did the pirate thing, and then went marching with him, and he lasted for a good chunk of the marching. So
yeah. He had a good run. Okay, then they are. You've definitely, when you guys depart here, you will be leaving with a much more favorable impression. They don't want the parrot and antlers because, again, like, it's not really, that's not their trophy, that's not their prize, it's yours. But it definitely leaves the tribe with a very different idea of just how powerful that you lot are. So,
All right, then let's head out.
who's keeping track of, who's filling the role of John today to keep track of the amount of firewood you're going to take?
I'll keep track of that.
Okay.
Party rations is open, so 4 days firewood is what we have. How much coal are they giving us?
How much, sorry? Oh, how many days worth of firewood do you want, guys? 10 pounds per day, and you guys can carry up to 500, looks like right now.
You want to just say
think-
5 days?
Yeah, 4 or 5 more days. Because we're going to come back here pretty soon is the plan, right?
Yeah.
We're not, like...
So, absent weather issues, I don't, I'll just move us over to the travel map right now because it's probably next thing that's coming. If you allow for delays due to weather, figure that it's going to take you, what do we say? It's about, it's only about 8 or 9 miles, but that's probably at least, without any weather complications, 3 days each way. You could probably allow us for 5 each way just to be safe, in the event that you're snowed in or whatever. So 10
6 more rations of firewood.
Yeah, 10 days in total. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you have 10 days worth of firewood on you. How much food are you taking?
We have 69,
69.
5 of us, and the 2 bears.
Plus,
Bears
we
are-
gotta leave out about 4 every night for the Craig cat. And our Yeti friend, if we want to bother with that.
Yeah.
So we're talking.
When John's gone, you guys drive the Yeti off. That's not nice. Yeah, good news.
Well-
Your Yeti friend won't be running away anytime soon.
Bull and Falcarol aren't looking. Boonk. All right, here we go. Moving on. All right.
So we might want to take a bit if we can, because 69 rations between, is effectively between 10 of us, is going to go quick.
6 days. It's a little more than 10.
Okay.
5 of us, and then another 4 for the bears, and then another 4 for the Yetis.
Oh,
So-
yeah.
One thing that you're going to want to, this stretch right here that's going to be straight through from the Ragged Glacier. So that is going to be some very windy and cold area.
Okay. So we'll take an extra 20 rations.
Okay.
Oh, I should have said, Kevin, I was joking about the non-weapon proficiency about flying creatures earlier, but the one I actually did take for my level, I think I'm going to go with leatherworking. Seems like,
Cool. So you're going to fix the tent next time.
Useful for us to maintain the tent, our packs, maybe if we find furry creatures, use the furs,
Yep.
stay warm, all that kind of stuff.
You can open up an Etsy store, make moccasins. It'll be great. Love it.
Oh, no. Oh,
Okay.
It'll be cultural appropriation.
yeah.
It would be-
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Sorry, Andrew. I want to assume that you're not.
You can make boots, and that would
Oh,
be
it would
okay.
definitely be cultural appropriation on my part.
Mm.
But if you made dwarven boots, that would be okay.
Dwarven
Yeah.
boots, I think, would be perfectly fine.
Yeah. Okay. So then, guys, what do you want to do today? We set out?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So the one challenge you're going to have is crossing that river again. So, well, again, just getting down. What are you thinking? Are you going to go down the slope on the, just directly down this way and then go across? Or are you going to go across here and then make your way down?
I'm just gonna walk on the water. I don't know about you guys.
Is it if we crossed it before, we'll know if it's frozen over or not. Is it
It's
not frozen?
in different places. It's different thickness.
Yeah.
So what are you thinking?
Oh,
Brandon, it
could
looks
we
like you were
add,
talking, but I couldn't hear anything.
Oh, sorry. I said we could send Ostin out. Just have him do the usual.
Yep.
Stomp, plop, plop, sink.
Yeah, because if he's able to make it across, you guys can assume you guys are. Where would you like to actually make that crossing? You gonna do it beforehand? Here, like immediately, and then
I
start
think
hit-
do that first is probably the best idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if something goes
Well-
wrong, worst case scenario, we can come back here and say, "Whoops, we need other help."
Okay. 6 of us
Well,
drowned.
the Goliaths don't know of any good places to cross then.
Well, I mean that's a moving target. There's not like a.
Oh, right. They don't know an area where it's known to be. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's. I mean, it's the winter and the. This is early in the winter. They would think it wouldn't be frozen, but I mean, you have found places where it's been frozen and safe to cross already. If you're looking for a ford to get across, then they probably can give you that. Actually, there probably isn't one near here. Yeah. So then, guys, let's do this. Someone give me a percentile roll, please.
Okay.
Okay. So, the you set out, and you guys begin. You know, your rams laden with the supplies for the upcoming journey, and fully provisioned as well too. This is the most equipped expedition you guys have had so far. So, it's almost like you're actual mountaineers now. The trip down, it is snowing, but forcing not too heavily. I think what I'll do is it'll be midday, and I'll get you to make a check for fatigue once you're down. But what you found with Ostin's assistance is that the snow is actually pretty well packed, or the ice is pretty well packed at the point you choose to cross, so you guys are able to cross without incident. And carrying on, you're able to make your way down to this narrow gap in the mountains. Now, let's have everyone give us a Constitution check. This is not for nothing known as the cackling chasm too. So, okay, Gorwin's good.
I don't have a Constitution, so I've got 11. So let's.
Yeesh.
Ish failed.
Okay. So once again, Gorwin is feeling the effects of the overland travel. Tom, how are you doing? No?
You mean Grim?
Oh, sorry.
Grim's hurting.
No, I know Grim is. I just haven't seen Tom's roll yet.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay.
Going under? Yeah. That's
Easy?
by 2.
Okay, so once you guys get across this first stretch here, and you guys start making your way in towards the pass, and the gap between the mountains, Grim is definitely feeling the effects of the weather. So what you can do is, same as before, you can try and push on. You definitely have room on the rams you've got the extra weight. How many pounds of weight do you have on the things right now? You took, what, 10 days? So there's 100 pounds from the firewood. How much extra rations is there?
I
We
don't know
took
if-
20 rations, and 7 is for 5 pounds, so another 15 pounds.
So it's only... So, yeah, I mean, you can easily toss him on there. And then what I'll let them do is go the rest of the day before the next check instead of having to make it again. It's not stress-free riding on a ram for the rest of the distance, but it does allow you to not have to take it every 10 minutes the way that you're supposed to.
And I've got actually an extra winter blanket that I've got stored away, so I can pull that out and try to wrap Grim up in it if it seems like he's the one who's hurting the most.
Yeah. Okay. So you are, you've got this elven blanket on you, and
Well, it's from the Dale, so it's
oh,
not
it's from the Dale.
elven.
Okay,
It's
got
just
it.
a-
Yep.
Yeah.
So you can picture Grim is, wrapped up in the cloak on the top of the riding ram, going back and forth, being led along by you guys. Let's see. So that means, Grim, you got -1 to all your stats, -1 to all your saves, attack rolls, stuff like that. Okay. So the final leg of the snow continues to fall throughout the day as well too. So let's see here. Can I bring you to there? That's about your final destination then, guys. Do you want to go a little further south, a little further north? You just want to go as far as you can in that direction and then try and set up camp.
Yeah, I think try and make as much progress. I mean, assuming we don't find somewhere that's really good for a camp,
Okay.
give me shelter. But
Yeah, give me a percentile roll. See if you find natural shelter.
So someone who's got survival do that?
No, again, survival does not affect the chances of success of
All right,
those
let me
things
do that one.
in this game. Okay. No. Most definitely not.
Definitely
So
not.
it was either really good or really bad.
You're like looking pretty keen at it's this like the future site of an avalanche. You're like, this place looks pretty good, guys. I think that heavily packed snow overhead. A narrow choke point coming down.
I just kind of pat Tom on the shoulder, like, nee, let's go.
All right. Oh, you don't have to create campsite either because John's gone.
Nope.
God.
We'll have to actually create a campsite.
Yeah. So.
Wow. It's like normal adventuring.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been spoiled little brats so far.
Exactly.
So. Any of you remember how to actually set up a tent?
So
maybe someone from your family can do it for you, Paula.
I grumble and move on.
So then,
Blow.
so you guys set to work setting up a tent, and this is a miserable stretch of land here. You have brutal winds coming down, bone chilling from the northeast. Yeah, the falling snow is that like hard packed like ice pellet shit that just hits your face and it stings and then immediately melts. So this will not be a pleasant evening of setting up. But once you get inside the tent, Ostin's handiwork has secured it, so you will be able to be plenty warm. Cola, maybe that's how we're like in fiction. Maybe that's what you've been picking up, is you've been watching the work that Ostin's been doing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense.
Cool.
Kev, are you just channeling your inner Winnipeg guy?
Oh, it is. Yeah, like this is why I set everything in ice and snows, because like that is something from which I can draw from real life experience. And when you look at Hoth and think like, yeah, that's my childhood, pretty much right.
No. Yeah, we were born here.
So no jungle settings anytime soon, Kev?
Yeah. Well, this is where
go down the Chult.
Yeah, I have not been to a jungle yet, but I mean, I have slept and camped in a desert, and I was partly to draw on that experience. So then and spelunking. I signed up for spelunking specifically so I could draw on it for gaming experience. It was pretty cool too. Like I really enjoyed it, but I was really like, this is going to be helpful for gaming. So.
Oh my god.
They're like,
yeah. I mean, I've done the one cave crawl, and you have no idea how draining it is. I couldn't raise my arm from about there.
Yep.
For about a week afterwards.
And it's like,
yeah,
even if you
North
don't
Yorkshire
have...
Dales, and they said, go down that hole. Well, that's a rabbit burrow.
Yeah.
No, it gets bigger.
Yep. It's crazy.
Is like that would, I don't know. I'm too claustrophobic for it.
Yep.
There are because like you'll go from bigger to just narrow things where it doesn't feel like you might fit through there and stuff. The narrowest bit, there was like one place you could sort of shimmy yourself through, and I'm like, if I get myself stuck in even a little bit, I'll freak the fuck out. So I'm not doing that bit, but even the others was pretty awesome. Okay, so then you guys set up the usual watch rotation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And the evening passes.
All right. So it's time for the weather, because I don't know what it's going to be.
Okay. Yeah, Dave. So everyone, in this morning, would everyone kindly cross off, what do you got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rations, please. Plus 5 for the Yeti.
Okay, I'll take that off the iron ration. Or the,
Okay, so it is overcast. The wind isn't that bad, and there's no precipitation today, guys.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah. That's some good, but hold on.
So am I still exhausted?
No, now that you... well, I need a second... Actually, it doesn't really matter. You've had an uneventful night anyway. So, yes, no, you're fine. You're fine for today. And the only reason you were rolling that is because of going down the mountain. Traveling over land when there's not, like, heavy snow or something like that, you guys don't need to make fatigue checks. All right,
how many hit points do we get back tonight?
Tonight will be 3 again, because Cola's here.
Can Lex do some hunting while people are taking down camp?
Sorry, what was that, Dave?
Can Lex do some hunting while they're
Of course,
camp?
yeah, absolutely. Yep, give us a percentile roll.
Praying for spells and stuff?
Sure. Nothing today.
Nothing today.
Okay, or at least nothing this morning, I should say. Yeah, it could be, depending on where you're camping, you could find something.
Missed a chance to hunt last night, though.
Okay. So then, you guys set out for your day's journey, and it has not grown anymore. Though the wind has died down a bit, it is no more pleasant today than it was. There's still that blowing, stinging snow and that brutal cold wind coming in from the northeast. But you guys set out, and winding your way through this very unforgiving landscape, you guys do get a chance to talk about how you want to approach the Goliaths of Wyrmdoom Crag. What are you thinking?
Do we say we're just travelers and we don't mention we come from the other clan at first?
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think coming out and saying we're here to mediate straight off might get us a very good reception.
Well, no, because they don't know who the hell we are. They have no reason to. We're nothing to them, so they would probably just go, "Oh, these are traitors or spies or whatever." But on the other hand, it strikes me that this tribe would know at least the basic whereabouts of the other tribe. We've come from that direction. Do we have a good answer about how we've come this far without encountering the other tribe?
Yeah, we could say we encountered them. Thought they were kind of assholes.
Always a charmer, Grim. Always a
If you look in the dictionary for the visual depiction of pained expression, Arlen just gave a great example of it. Of like,
So I think it's a bad idea to say that we're just travelers or something, because we're way off in the mountains in the middle. Well, not in the middle of winter, but in a particularly harsh winter. They're going to know something's up right away if we don't give them a good reason that we're here. I think it's better to just put our cards on the table and say, we've talked to this other tribe. We would like to figure out a way to do a peaceful solution so that we can all work on facing the White Witch, who is sort of the real problem in this part of the world, and see if we can't open negotiations.
I think I'm inclined to agree. The reality is, any story we can come up with to try to explain why a couple of elves and humans who clearly are not from around here, and even me, sure, dwarves are here in the Dale, but we don't get this far out that often. Any story we concoct for that's not going to be nearly as believable as the truth. Sure, there are risks, but I'll turn to. Did Longclaw and Austin, are they still here? Just to double check.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, then, I mean, even more so. We're traveling with these two.
We got the stone wolf.
Well, and it's not like
in terms of like diplomacy, not in terms of like
Yeah.
you can take them on, just in terms of like why are you hanging out with these two bears?
and it's not like the Goliaths are really, there's not a lot of trading going on between their communities or the kind of main communities in the Dale or anything. So we can't say we're out here to trade goods or something. I think it's best to just be open with them, and if they decide that means that we're hostile to them, we can figure out what to do from there.
Can we get our Periton antlers out to make it look like we're
Good call.
Yeah.
Given the reaction of the others, yeah.
Okay.
Cola, put them on your helmet.
That's you know how to work now.
To my helmet. Ugh.
Put another strap on them and put them on.
No, but I will take a little bit of string if we have it and tie it to my pack,
There you go.
so I'm carrying it.
Looking good.
Okay. All right then, guys. So it is nearing the end of day as you guys are going along. When Lex, you can actually see on the ground some relatively fresh tracks in the snow that are, I mean, there isn't any effort that's been made to try and hide them. They're tracks made by a humanoid and a quite big one as well too. So this,
Okay, like what? Goliath size?
definitely, yeah. So the tracks make it relatively easy to find the settlement of Wyrmdoom Crag. So let me let's get you guys set up there. Let me show you what the map looks like. Wyrmdoom.
Is there a picture of the dragon bones?
There might be. There might be. The adventure for Legacy of the Crystal Shard is a pretty fun adventure as it is, but man, oh man, is there a lot of fun stuff that I've been able to draw on from Rime of the Frost Maiden. A lot of the maps, the content, and whatnot. Okay, let's get this out of the way here. All right. Here we go. Okay. Here we go, guys. Let me bring you to Wyrmdoom Crag. Boom. So. As you guys are approaching, see there is
Cool.
tracks lead directly to a cave outside of which the bones of a dragon lay half buried in snow. And east of the dragon's bones, rough-hewn steps climb to a 20-foot-high open-air arena with stone bleachers carved in the eastern wall, and rising from the arena floor are more than a dozen pillars of rock, each 5 to 8 feet tall and about 1 foot in diameter.
Goat ball. I would tell them we're goat ball fans.
Yeah. Do you have your goat ball jerseys with you? No. You know, my favorite
It's okay,
is
we'll
the
put shirts and skins in the snow.
the video game Goat Ball Manager. Really,
Goat ball manager.
I
I
was
prefer.
hoping their pro shop would be open. So
I'll
Get a
try
signed
the-
Goat Ball.
the Goat Ball Fantasy League.
All right. So then, guys, what? As you guys are, tell me about how you're going to be approaching here. Excuse me.
probably Lex at the front, just keeping his eye on the tracks and keeping us in the path until we get there.
Maybe we should announce ourselves.
Pull forward the Herald, Gorwin.
Gorwin is good at ideas because he's smart, but he's not so great at execution because he's not charismatic. He has a distinctly off-putting presence to him.
He also tends to think more than act.
He does do that too.
Yeah.
He takes a long time to respond and
Yeah.
just,
Oh, is Gorwin the only one who doesn't have a magic item or magic weapon now?
Oh, no, I do, because Falcarol gave me his Spellblade, the Netherese
Oh, badass. Okay.
sword.
Yeah.
So I've got a magic item.
Excellent.
And the
so-
helmet in case I need to headbutt something.
I swear, every time you say magic helmet, I get fucking Elmer Fudd and Bugs Bunny in my head. Every time. It's Bill Magic Helmet. Okay. So, what do you guys wish to what do you wish to do next? You cannot see any sign of life in here.
Uh-oh.
Well, I'll call out.
What do you say?
I'm trying to think of something suitably Old English.
Well, what we know. Hold on. we know-
Beowulf, your mom's a whore. That one's for you, Arlen.
Well, I'll call out.
Do we know that they speak common?
I mean, jokes on you, you could have said his dad's a slave, because that's actually true.
Ooh.
Edgedial, the name.
Whoops.
No, Edgedial, the name is sword slave, literally in Old English.
Ah, interesting.
So, yeah.
Okay. So,
Awesome.
what do you guys say?
Are you ready for some goat ball?
I kind of want to go with this
You
goat.
got our team.
Hank
Goodbye,
Williams
team.
Jr. of
Challenge you.
Goliath.
We're here to challenge you for the goat ball championship.
They're gonna kill us.
Oh, man.
Man,
I'd
cue the
imagine Goat Ball would
montage,
be
the
like
training
the-
montage.
That Afghan sport where they play with a on horseback. What's it called? The one with the
Goat
ball, is
polo?
Polo?
yeah.
Oh, you mean the Mongol one with the whatever it is, the stuffed skin?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I Mongol. Ulaanbaatar is what I want to say, but that's a city.
That's a city.
So, how are you guys? I mean, you're standing, looking at this thing. It merges kind of into the side of this cliff as well, too. And like, Lord
Come in
knows how
peace.
long now.
Thulaka!
What do you say, sorry?
I yell out Thulaka!
Okay. So, what you see is slowly Goliaths begin to come up, emerge from within.
Bunch of weirdos are coming to pay you homage.
Okay.
Oh wow, I don't think we can take them all.
It's
Some
not,
walk up and are looking down at you across the goat ball court.
They got a shaman too.
Okay. So they all make their way out, and they're all sort of looking at each other. What language? I'm assuming you spoke in common.
I mean, I said Thunakalaga. That's could be anything, really.
Yeah, fair enough. She tried to imitate the their language. So what? All the Goliaths kind of are looking at each other, and then one of them shouts out, and it kind of is this cleft in the side of the mountain serves as a bit of a natural amphitheater as well too, and it calls out in Dwarven, "Lost!"
I'll step forward. Hopefully not. We seek audience with you, with your tribe.
Okay. So you see a one female. One second here, I'm trying to find. Yeah, one female Goliath who huge. She has a massive white cloak. It looks like it may be made of like sable or like fox fur. A beautiful, luxurious thing flowing behind her, and she has in her hand an axe that appears to have been carved from dragon bone.
Oh, yeah. Suddenly I'm feeling far less comforted by the antlers.
Yeah. Rawr, rawr. So she makes her way down and strides past this. She's flanked by two other warriors as well.
I'm going to kneel with my hands outstretched to either side.
Okay. So she makes her way over, and as she gets closer, you can see distinctly that she's got some pretty vicious-looking, though very well-healed scars across her face. And when and she's older than you expected as well, too. Like, if she was a kid when this happened, she's got lines in her face, and her hair has turned white. This feud must stretch back a lot longer than what you thought. But Lex, what do you do as they approach? And they tower like a foot and a half above you.
Lex has hands opened, show he's not holding any weapons, and he'll reach out in a warrior's grip, open hand, arm out, arm extended.
Okay. So as Ogilai walks up, and her axe resting on her shoulder, she looks at you. Actually, she probably just carries it as if it's got no weight to it whatsoever. She says as she's walking up, that in Dwarvish as well too, "If you're not lost, there must be a good story behind why you find yourselves here, strangers. You were all far from your lands."
We come looking for you, actually. We came to the mountains looking for aid against the White Witch.
Does Lex speak Dwarven?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
A bunch of us speak Dwarven because
From Time in the Valley.
Their accents are a little bad.
Yeah.
The pronunciation's not always
Donde
so clear.
este biblioteque?
Yeah. Cola just kind of rolls his eyes sometimes.
So she says, what do you mean, the White Witch?
Auril.
There's a woman who wields power over the weather, and she has black ice and commands ragged tribesmen from the tribes of men to the north on the glacier. And she has a dragon much like this one, but risen with undeath.
Oh, you can
She
see
brings winter. She brings winter without end, and we're trying to defeat her.
there are one or two Goliaths you can see in the background who seem to be like talking to the others as if they're translating, and then what you're translating is sort of diffusing amongst the crowd, and they're all kind of like, oh, and kind of murmuring about this.
She brings a unnatural power to this land, or she uses her power to corrupt the natural order of the Dale, and threatens to bring doom to the whole land.
We sensed that there was something unnatural about this winter. If there is a darker force behind this, then we must talk more. Please, you are guests of Wormdoom Crag. Come. Let us show you how the Tunlaka treats its guests.
Out of character for a second, did we want to mention maybe and be transparent about having met the others? No, we'll bring that up as it comes up.
We'll bring that up
Once we're safe and secure inside of their hold with no knowledge of how to get out in case we're surrounded. Whereas now we might be able to run away.
I think when they actually, because she mentioned that we had a story to tell, and they're probably going to ask us what the story is. I think we just tell them then.
Yeah,
that's true.
That's
In
probably like the
reality,
first
we've
thing that's
only-
going to happen when we start talking.
Yeah.
Also, it might also be good to find out if they've been affected by things and what they know, and try and get their buy-in for the big picture before we even get into the. Because worst comes to worst, the other tribe doesn't want to help because they have this thing. Well, maybe these guys will help us, and we just tell the other tribe.
totally, right. So far, I'd like these people better.
Could I, DM? Could I ask? Is when we're having this conversation?
Yep.
Both out of a sense of just concern to be aware of surroundings and understand our situation, but also perhaps for personal interest. I'd like to look at them and try to see if I notice them wearing any objects of a certain
God.
material.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like they do have, human skin cloaks on. Did I not mention that? Or... No?
Oh, if it's just
dwarven. I think you said those cloaks were dwarven skin.
Yeah.
No. Did I notice any obvious signs of black ice anywhere on the person?
No, it's good call. No, you don't see any indication that any of them, as you're making your way through the caves, and led down towards this sort of like common area, you don't see any sign of them, that they're wearing any kind of black ice. There are, once you step inside here too, it does get quite warm. It feels like there's probably some kind of natural heat source that is going on in here. But as you can see too, there's also like crevasses that make this so it's very much a natural cave and not just a what do you call it? Something that, say, like a dwarf would do, which is to shape the stone to its liking.
Lex actually is going to comment on that.
Who's going to?
Lex will comment on that. He'll be like, it seems unnaturally warm in here. Well, perhaps natural, but warmer than a cave normally would be in winter.
Yes.
Is there some form of heat?
The spirits long ago brought us to this place, and the dragon that long ago died, we're trying to return here to its home. Clearly enjoyed the warmth that this would offer. Geysers and hot springs. Keep this, the Wormdoom Crag, warm even in the coldest of winters. And they hand out some hot soup or like broth with some meat in it to you guys. And let's take our mid-session break, and we'll come back and see what you learn from the Toon Laka Laga. So, and then we'll check in with chat as well too, guys. So we will, so we'll be back momentarily.
All right. Might need another 2 or 3 minutes because I'm not as fast on my feet at the moment.
Okay, let's check my chat. Well, let's adjust our headset, then we'll check my chat. All right, howdy, everybody. Okay, Fred, morning. AD&D 2E time, you know it. Jeffrey, what's going on? Endangering the reality with your morning coffee and scotch. There you go. Nothing like a, I can't remember what you call it. Not an Irish coffee, because that's got something else in it, but good
Irish
morning.
whiskey is close.
Oh, is it Irish whiskey and coffee?
Irish coffee is Irish whiskey and coffee. So Scotch, I don't know,
Scotch coffee, I guess.
Yes.
I feel like Scotch coffee, having lived in Scotland, would require some kind of deep frying. So, let's see here. Yeah, if they don't rest, I'm drinking this entire bottle of Scotch. Nice. Wood weighs approximately 45 pounds per cubic foot. Okay. Yeah, so that's probably about, maybe it's a little light, our estimate, but not too far off, I don't think. Let's see here. This is what makes for truly good old school chat, is the seeing talked about BTU heat for coal versus fire. That is fantastic. Awesome. Longshot, what's going on? Good. How's it going? Pretty well. Pretty well. We got a big weekend of gaming ahead of us, so that's pretty fun. Haven't had a chance to catch the 2E or Ash games lately. Well, they're always going to be there for you, and you got plenty of content to get through for that stuff as well, too. Wait for Dave to get back. Was something I was going to say to you? Oh, yeah, Arlen, I was thinking last night, too, for our, between now and the next session, because we're doing 2 more sessions of 4E, I'm going to take advantage of another thing that is really awesome about 4E, and that is the way magic items work. So I'm going to give you guys will, in this church, St. Cuthbert will have left for you a selection of magic items.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. That may also give me the excuse to throw even scarier shit at you guys, so.
I was just thinking there's got to be a cost to this.
Most definitely.
Like all good stories, magic comes with a cost.
Totally. Alrighty. So, guys, if we're all back here, let's dive back into the Icewind Dale. So you all are provided with a solid meal. You're all given a chance to get some rest. And
Cool. Is that another charge for your ring?
it is. Oh, absolutely.
Oh, okay.
If you're spending your evening here, yes. You don't need to spend any rations.
That's cool.
They will care for your rams as well. So, the Ogilai is interested in hearing what brings you here. What did you propose for this with this White Witch? Are you emissaries of some other force that is standing against the White Witch? Have the people of the small people of the lowlands, have they put together an army to march on her?
Not exactly.
So I'm actually from a place far to the south called Neverwinter Wood, and the reason I had asked about the heating here is there's a form of magical heat that keeps winter at bay within the wood. So while it's not always a beautiful day, it rarely gets really cold. I came north to carve out my own legacy away from family, and while in the Icewind Dale met these fine folk, and we discovered in our travels that winter was coming early, swiftly, and deadly. Yetis attacking the 10 towns, an undead dragon, conspiracies against different groups such as the dwarves, and pirates with black ice, ragged tribesmen turn feral. It's all kinds of things going on, and at the head of most of it is a ragged woman who was cast out by her tribe and is now taken on the powers of winter.
All
How
the,
has winter fared for you and your folk?
so as you're telling this again, like there's someone translating into the language of the Goliaths, and they're all sort of like and talking to each other and processing the information. And Ogilai just listens though throughout your entire speech, and she says, "The winter has been harsher than most, but you said the dwarves fought amongst each other?"
This is a bit of a long-winded story, so I'll try to keep it brief. And I can save some of the exposition here and explain. I will tell them about the. I'll tell them about the discovery of the black ice. Seeing that my kin had come under the influence of this black ice. It was found deep in the mines of the Dwarven Valley, and this ice it has a nasty habit of corrupting those who come in contact with it, emphasizing their greed and their paranoia about other people plotting to take away their power and their might. This led to a splitting of factions within the Dwarven Kingdom, unfortunately, which saw my kin.
What is this black ice that you speak of?
It's a strange substance. It is harder than the strongest metals that I know of. And yet it can be forged into nearly any shape. Once cured, it's nigh impregnable. And yet,
I'm picturing as he's describing it too. You guys are probably hearing him describe it in a lovingly
Let me change the tone.
He sounds way too excited to be talking about it.
Yeah.
It imbues. It also is infused with a magical power that grants the wielder strength beyond his normal understanding. It's quite a remarkable substance, really. And at this point, one of you might want to step in and stop him.
Yeah, Lex puts his hand on Cola's shoulder and says, "It also drives folks to greed and other baser emotions that are left checked."
As if brought out of his revelry, I'll sit there and go, oh, and kind of wake up and realize what I had been doing and quiet down.
And so she listens and she says, "This sickening of the spirit, has this afflicted the other small folk too?"
Some of the men from the north on the glacier, the ragged tribesmen, as you may know, and Lex actually points to his armor. It's like some of the tribes that have fallen in with the witch, the tribes of the bear, are predominantly in league with her, and they've attacked their fellow tribesmen, although they've had conflicts in the past, near annihilating the elk tribes. And yes, it's a problem, and if she's not checked, we believe that winter will continue beyond normal seasonal cycles, upsetting things not just here in the north, but perhaps throughout the world.
After hearing the translation, one of the Goliath warriors kind of roar, and he says something in his tongue, and some of the others like going back and forth in the tongue. And I'm picturing it. It probably sounds kind of like Old Norse, and it's got that kind of that sing-songy quality to it. And she puts her hand up and says in Dwarven again, "So you come alone then? This black ice has riven the communities of the small folk."
My people have found a way to mend their, well, to begin the process of mending their community. The black ice has been dealt with, and the dwarves stand now united under oh my god, what's his name? Thane
Silverstream.
Silverstream.
So we got
But of course,
Cola, I'll bow my knee to no Silverstream. Hammer stones forever.
now. And our understanding is that the dwarves have sent new emissaries to the 10 towns, but the 10 towns,
Will they find allies there?
that's yet to be seen.
No.
Tensions are very tight, are very high between the 10 towns.
There's corruption in the world of men. The 10 towns will not.
So
be.
none of the small folk will stand against this witch. Yet you
stand.
come here.
No, Thane Silverstream and his people will stand against the White Witch. That I can assure you. The trick is now finding enough people willing to join to convince others who may be reluctant to join in the cause. I truly believe that if we can find enough people to take the risk of taking a stand, that others will join.
And the wild folk, the wild small folk, do they all bend their knees to this witch now?
No, I don't think so.
We know that there are some who resist, but they are scattered. We need to bring them together.
One of the Goliaths, you can't understand what he's saying once the translation is made for him, but the expression is effectively like, and you gain from it the why would we want to fight their battles kind of thing. And Ogilai puts her hand up and kind of nods and says, it seems your struggle is one of the just. However, we, as you can see, are few in number. And though the winter will affect all who stand under the shimmering skies, for us to die faster at the hand of the White Witch's army is not a preferable end to remaining where we have always remained, hidden and safe here. But
There.
and she looks, you can see she kind of like slyly looks over at her one of her allies and then looks back. But I trust that I am not the first. When you spoke to those at Sky Tower Shelter, what did they say?
They said they were too wrapped up in old feuds to help. But yet, when we showed them certain items, I got a sense that strength and even martial prowess was important among the Goliath tribesmen. So is there not a reason to stand up to evil and be a part of something greater as a Goliath? I don't mean it to sound insulting. I just, maybe my Dwarven is bad, and my knowledge of the Goliath people is very limited.
Your folk may find dying in service to a belief to be a more noble end. But with you 6 and our number, You seem to have none in the lowlands other than the dwarves, perhaps, who may wish to fight for what is theirs. Why would we fight those battles for them? Why would you fight those battles for them?
Got a fair point.
That is a valid point.
And
I can't understand this.
So White Witch.
you said the strife, that Sky Tower shelter spoke of the strife between our kind.
Aye.
Yes.
What did they tell you?
Yes. It seems their chieftain still holds anger within himself over what's happened in the past. You know, the marks that you bear.
One or two of the Goliaths spit on the ground once it's translated who you're talking about.
Yep. And Lex nods. He understands. But we came here, to be honest, we came here to seek allies, and we also came here to see if we could find a way to bring the Goliaths back together as one.
And make no mistake, we have no personal investment in the quarrels between your peoples. We hold neither. What am I trying to say? We don't necessarily take for granted that we have heard the whole story, and we understand that we, as outsiders, may not even understand the nature of your quarrels. We don't have an interest in taking a side. Our interest is quite the opposite. We hope to see if perhaps our unique perspective as outsiders may help your peoples find some common ground that perhaps after so long you may not even realize exists.
She leans in, and you can see the scars on her face quite clear in the light of the torches. And she says, "If you say you wish to take no side in this quarrel, it shows either you don't understand the nature of it, or you're telling us that what we, the Tunlaka believe, should be of no value."
No, we just haven't heard both sides yet, and we didn't want to assume that what we'd heard from
Then
the other tribe was 100% true.
understand. Many summers ago, the children of Wyrm Doom challenged the children of Sky Tower to a game of goat ball. And during the game, a ball tumbled near one of the griffins of Sky Tower. And when one of our children tried to fetch the ball, the griffin went berserk and grievously wounded her. And you can see that there is a ragged edge to her voice when she's describing this. The game was called off, but hungry for more of the child's flesh, the griffin hunted Wyrm Doom for days. And her hand's on the table, and you can see it's trembling.
Do I get the sense that the scars on her face, like, is she this child?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Our hunters were forced to kill it to protect the child. And two clans have been opposed ever since. These, who would keep wild beasts and not have a care for the damage that such things can do, these are the ones that you would have us set aside our disagreements with?
We didn't
As
say set aside the agreements. We said come together, and that could be some kind of reconciliation.
Very well. If that walking stillborn rockbiter wishes to find reconciliation, as she looks around at her tribesfolk, then tell Arn Akhenathi, tell the one for whom you are errand boys, Tell him he can come to Wormdoom Crag, and we will stand on the Goat Ball Court, and we will talk of making amends.
You don't believe he'll do that?
I can't speak for the mind of such a man. But if he comes, he will be greeted in good faith.
Do you guarantee safety?
Of course. The word of the Tunlaka is firm as the mountains.
I can accept that. As you are no doubt aware, among my people, one's word and one's honor are linked inseparably. I trust that your people hold your honor and your word in a similar regard.
So I've heard of you people.
You said something earlier, and perhaps it's simply a matter of a translation to Dwarvish. I just wished to ask for clarity. You refer to the other chieftain as stillborn. Is this simply a slang, to express your dislike of the man, or is there something to that? Was there something about his birth that was unnatural?
As soon as that translation goes through, there is
Everybody laugh.
thunderous laughter. Yeah, everyone, they think it's hilarious that you genuinely think he's stillborn. She finds it kind of funny as well, too.
Well, I figured it could be a slang or a referral to some sort of defect.
It is definitely a slang, but it is not.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's just an insult. Okay.
When you said that he was the son of a whore, did you mean that his mother was engaged in the second oldest profession?
All right. It was a dumb question. I just thought maybe there was some sort of bigger story there.
Right? Stillborn means dead. Is that correct?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
it could have been their creative way to refer to him that he's an absolute idiot and he was born with no brain, so he might as well be stillborn or something like that. I don't know. I'm thinking too far into this.
That was great.
No, it's terrific. You've definitely lightened the mood in here too. I know, there's a couple of them.
The crowd trying to see if anybody can translate into common all this dwarvish that he's going on.
Yeah,
I'll translate everything for those who don't have Dwarvish. Don't trust Lex over there. Sometimes his syntax is just a little off, but he gives you their own meaning. He uses the genitive case like it's not. I just remember.
All right. So then, what do you guys wish to do? Or do you say anything else to Ogilai?
Lex says thank you for your hospitality, for being honest, and for potentially creating a way for the tribes to overcome the past. Although I struggle to see if the leader of the other tribe will. Seems that there's as much animosity over there over the loss of a griffin or more, and I hope we can come to some kind of arrangement. Even if you don't help us against the White Witch, I hope to see that the relationship between the two tribes is repaired. But
you're a stranger to these lands and to our people, as you are to us. So you may not know how deeply these grievances are felt in our hearts. I would only ask that you are welcome to stay as long as you wish in Wormdoom Crag. However, and she uncovers something, and you realize that one of her henchmen must have brought her something, and she uncovers it, and it is one of the bricks of charcoal. Clearly, they found it on your ram, and that's how they figured out who you were traveling with. She says, one cannot hide anything. You cannot survive in these lands and bring deceit into the community. Is there anything else you wish to tell us?
And then she looks deeply at Cola.
Yeah, exactly.
You, Gollum, I'm talking to you. Now, you guys do. You certainly don't have to share that. She's just asking. I'm not trying to steer you towards one thing or the other.
That's not really necessarily being deceitful so much as that's not really information that they need to know right now.
Yeah. Then
I may not understand the degree to which these matters run deep in your among your peoples, but I do understand the nature of a dwarven grudge and the nature of the ramifications of a dwarf breaking his word and breaking his allegiance to kith and kin, to his thane. My people were, I make no mistake when I say my people were on the verge, the literal precipice of a civil war, because of the influence of this of this black ice. And it was only through a series of extremely difficult and irrevocable actions that my soul will have to carry the rest of my life that we were able to walk our people back from that precipice. This involved a great deal of sacrifice, but it was done. I don't pretend to understand the nature of your quarrels. I don't pretend to understand. I don't presume to think that these things can be remedied here as easily. But what I can share is that struggle, the rewards are worth making that effort, if that can mean anything to you.
you said that the source of strife for your folk and the other small folk of the lowlands, it was the influence of black ice.
I believe that the black ice may have precipitated the tensions and made it worse, but I think there is some truth to be considered in the possibility that perhaps it was only exacerbating tensions and problems that already existed.
If we only had such a thing to blame.
Would you be willing to meet part way?
Making sure he says yeah.
Physically and...
What did
The
Rock...
reason I asked this...
What did Rockfist ask you to do? I'm sure you asked the same of him.
No, we have not yet. We will go back and talk to him and try and speak sense to him in this regard. But I'm wondering if we met part way. There's a vale where the wind comes from the northeast. It's extremely cold and crisp.
We know it.
It's about halfway between the two tribes. If you gave us a few days to get there and back to that midpoint, perhaps we could meet with you and with Rockfist and
you hear someone slams after the translation, slams their fist on the table, and it's kind of like going back and forth about this.
Lex remains cool. But the point being, if you want what you want and they want what they want and they're at odds, you'll never be able to put this behind you. You'll never be able to play goat ball again against the tribe. But if you come part way, they come part way, you forgive a little, they forgive a little, perhaps you guys can be unified again in some way similar to what you were in the past.
And you're kind of shouting over the Goliath warriors who are slamming the table and shouting but she has her eyes fixed on you, and she's clearly listening, and it speaks to her the respect she has of her people when she raises her hand and all of them fall silent. And she says, she just leans in, and there's a bit of softness to her white eyes when she says, "My new friend, it seems that you have a full measure of the wound, but no understanding of how to heal. Arn Rockbiter, or Rockfist, can come to me, and we will speak of peace." And now they're like, "Yeah!" and banging on the table. Yeah! But you can see a bit of, Lex, I think you can see just a hint of...
She's trying to show strength to her people.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's...
He's figured it out. She can't show weakness right now in front of her people, and he just nods.
And you see more of Kaniaka in her than you do Arn Rockfist. Yeah. If that makes sense. So, she says, "Make yourself..."
If only Tamiaka was second in command of that tribe, and something were to happen to Rockfist. Sorry.
Yeah. You're thinking like Grim now.
Regicide! Regicide!
Hey, I mean, if it works.
This is D&D we're talking about. That's always kind of a possibility.
Regicide! Ha! Talk to me when you've killed your mum.
The whole hall falls silent. What the fuck?
Oh man!
So we're dealing with Klingons here.
So guys, what she says, enjoy. You have full run of our caves. The Wyrmdoom Crag is. You are welcome to call it your home for as long as you deem fit. And you are welcome to leave. We will leave you as the Akhenathi. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time remembering that. There's another word I want to say that is not Akhenathi. We will leave you as the Akhenathi did, replete with the provisions needed to make the journey back to Sky Tower Shelter. Okay. When you are ready to go, but you are welcome to stay. The winter is harsh, and you are small. So, guys.
Well, you know what? Lex is, now that we've learned from the past, Lex is going to offer trade for the supplies, knowing that they're going to probably decline. And he'll go into one of the packs and he'll pull out some Periton antlers, and then maybe a second pair, and then he'll put the second pair back and bring them out and offer, like, can we offer this in trade for wood and some rations?
It has a similar effect. I mean, like the Goliath warriors certainly have a lot more respect for you guys, having seen what you have defeated. Again, the Perrytons
maybe a little bit more theatrical about bringing them out this time, knowing the
he'll take them all out and put them in a pile on the ground, and then bring a pair over.
Yeah. So they have a similar what I think that they will say is, if you wish to have it as a gift to mark great hunters coming to visit and stay as guests of the Wyrmdoom Crag and the Tunlaka, then they will welcome that, and they will have a place of remembrance or honor for it.
Lex looks to the others, like nods his head, like we're good with this.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay, so we're down to 6 sets of Perryton antlers, and we have made friends with them.
Okay. So, guys, yeah, feel free to poke around. Take a look at the what you can see in the how the Goliaths live.
Right.
Lex will try to talk to their leader and learn a few words of Goliath to try and,
Sure.
you know.
Gorwin, was that
also
what
show-
your role was for too? Was trying to get.
That's what I was doing for the whole conversation. Is I didn't care too much about what Lex and Cola said, nearly as much as what the Goliaths were translating,
Yeah.
trying to pick up words and
Yeah.
scout things.
So you're not. Yeah, I mean, if you spend more time, I mean, your character's got a pretty high intelligence. I imagine you've got more than a few spare language slots. You can't add Jotun yet, but if you spent more time with these folk and worked on it, definitely you could learn Jotun.
Sure.
Especially if you make friends with one that that speaks Dwarven, because you've got that as a language as well, right? All right. So this is one of the living areas, it seems, for Grim and Cola. It's.
I want to go back to the court, the goat ball court, and see if I can get some guys into a game. I want to see some of the stuff.
Yeah.
They will murder you.
They most definitely will have a game with you. What's your character's strength?
Oh, I didn't. Oh, I wasn't necessarily thinking I would game with me, but I'm okay. Fine, I'm doing it.
Yep. What's your character's strength?
He's like 15. He's stronger than he looks.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, I think you're going to be able to try and they're happy to try and treat you like, a child, a Goliath child.
Yeah, learn how this works.
So yeah, move yourself out to the goat ball court.
Anybody want to get on this? Do we need to take?
What about the rest of you guys? What do you guys plan on doing?
I'm going to follow out to the goat ball court.
Okay.
All right, there we go.
Part of me thinks part of Cola thinks that the responsible cleric-y thing to do would be to go follow Grim to be ready with a healing spell for the inevitable broken bones that are about to happen. But a part of him is also like, damn bloody fool's gonna go get himself hurt. I'll deal. He can come back in after. Is the chieftain alone at any time?
You can get to the goat ball court that way, Lex. The way you were going?
Okay.
Yeah, that'll lead you to the goat ball court.
I was wandering around.
Sport. Do I need teammates?
Now, that is something interesting on the left there. So stop where you are. As you're passing by there, what you see is there is a Goliath who is... where is it here? There is a Goliath who seems to be tending to something. And at first you look and you think it is a pet of some kind of large bird. But when you see this thing stand and you see that it's got a humanoid form to it with a really strangely angled wing, you realize it's... Good Lord, is that an Aarakocra?
Really?
Really?
I don't speak Aarakocra though yet.
The Goliath looks over at you, and you can see he's tending to him, and the Aarakocra looks over as well too, with his bird-like eyes, both kind of curious to see you in here. The Goliath says nothing to you. Do you say anything to either of them?
Lex will try Dwarven and see if this one knows. Are there ills that you need help with, or
The he says you in kind of broken dwarvish. He gestures at the Aarakocra and says, "Siki Kri." And the Aarakocra looks at you, and then says, in common, an elf here?
Yes, an elf who speaks Dwarven as well, apparently. Here with other companions who are Elven, Dwarven. We're seeking the aid of others to join us against force of evil, White Witch, Auril.
Siki Kri kind of shakes his head.
You from nearby?
And you've come here so far.
Indeed. Where's your tribe?
My tribe, deeper in the mountains. But, and he moves one of his wings, and you can see it's bent at a strange angle and pained. I cannot fly, alas.
Be right back. I'll go get Cola. The hell with Grimm's broken arms.
Okay. And you hear outside a thwap as the goat ball slams into Grim. Oh! Okay. What?
Hammerstone. There's a wounded Aarakocra. It's like a birdman.
Yeah, I'm not sure that Cola would know necessarily. Like they're not particularly common, even in the Forgotten Realms. They're not relatively. I mean, notwithstanding what 5th edition players will say, they are a fairly rare creature. So I'm not 100% sure. Cola, why don't you give us an intelligence check at -8?
I mean, all right. This is gonna go well.
So you're saying there's a chance?
Yeah, exactly. Well, there's always a chance. It's just that, it's a rare thing. Maybe you've heard of them. Who knows? We'll let the dice discern.
All right.
Yeah. So yeah, you're aware of what Aarakocra are. They're more secretive. They tend to kind of like the frequency you would see maybe like wild elves or wood elves. They tend to keep themselves. They don't really, those that do venture out are more, adventurous and more keen to meet others. But you're at least aware, and if there's an Aarakocra here, it would not be unthinkable to think that there may be a community somewhere in the spine of the World Mountains. But why would one be here? That's weird.
Yeah. I'll get Cola, and then we'll ask him.
Okay. So Cola, where is Cola?
Cola's got the ability to potentially heal injuries or maybe help some way.
Let me bring you along here, Cola. Whoop. Whoop. And here's where he is. Look at that.
Teleportate your dwarf.
There you go.
Come on.
So, and one funny thing is, this is something I did not change from Rime of the Frost Maiden. Incidentally, this is not me shoehorning Aarakocra into every campaign. This was just a happy coincidence.
Happy coincidence? Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Cola, yeah, you find that there is this Aarakocra with a strangely bent wing.
Can you do something for it? Him?
I mean, maybe. What do I mean, so I did the check to know what these creatures are, but
Yep.
I mean, knowing what they are and being able to
What
perform
the ring is the ring capable of casting Cure Serious?
is cure serious wounds?
Yeah.
Cure critical wounds?
Yeah. Oh, Cure Critical will even better.
I have cure light, cure disease, remove curse, restoration, resurrection. Cure critical is the only one, but it requires 15 charges, which is more than twice what I have right now.
Hmm.
So
Because that would restore a wing or a Cure Serious spell.
Yeah, I don't have access to those spells.
Odd that it doesn't have Cure Serious in there. Isn't that kind of the midpoint curing with that also has the healing ability?
Hold
It's not listed on there, so.
Yeah, it was kind of interesting that it's got one end of the spectrum and then really.
on.
the
And
other
then
end of
the extreme other, yeah.
I'll look at Lex and look at the Aarakocra. Theoretically, this is possible, Lex, but I'm sorry. I don't yet have the power to do this myself.
Sorry, didn't mean to put you on the spot. How did this happen? And Lex asks, turns to Aarakocra in common and says, "How did this happen? What happened to you?"
A storm came upon me, and I in a blizzard, and I fell. But fortunately, the folk of this tribe found me, and they have been key. I would have died would it not have been for them.
Seemed like good folk.
Among the best I have found. If only. And he's sort of like in a pained way, and tries to move his wing. If only I could fly, I could return, and we would have fast friends with these folk.
Given enough time and some study, I may be able to help. About maybe 25,000.
Well, Cure Critical would do the same thing too. Cure Critical would do it would heal any. Yeah.
I would need to have a lot of meals with a lot of new people to charge up the ring enough, and then that would also mean that we don't have restoration available for the people who require ability to be restored.
Or removing the taint from Cola.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So.
That said, though, Lex, like next, when I level up to 7, I have access to one level 4 spell, and Cure Serious is a level 4, so I could, but I am quite a ways off from 7.
So, Baranar is the goddess of hearth and home, and the way that what you were instructed was to get one charge on the spell or on the ring would be to share a meal with new folk, right? To have something that's a bit of a celebration.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think might happen if you threw a party?
I assume that a party would count as the same, I guess no, because if sharing a meal and celebrating a successful hunt over a simple campfire is enough to give us one charge, or meaningful conversations with Ostin, you gave us a couple for that one. Maybe a huge tribe-wide party.
What if we brought 2 tribes together to party?
Yeah.
But what could you possibly do to make them party and hear flap of a goat ball slapping against Grim?
I'm wondering if maybe a celebration of a well-played game of goat ball might get the spirits going and might create enough joyful energy to charge up this ring a little bit more.
I think we should try and make that happen.
It could be simple enough. Oi! What are the rules of this game? And I start walking off.
Okay.
Alright.
Let me explain.
Yeah.
Oh, not you.
Lex wishes him well and goes off to see if Grim's still alive.
Okay.
Oh, Grim. He's strong, but he ain't very hardy.
Exactly.
At least Cola could, run in between their legs.
So, here's what we'll do, guys, is it may not surprise you to learn that there are rules for goat ball in Rime of the Frost Maiden. So if you guys are challenging the tribe to goat ball, that may definitely get a pretty big... those stands on the side that Lex is standing in right now, those are not just for show.
So you could see Lex and performing at his best in goat ball.
Okay. So, the rules of goat ball are thus. It is a team sport similar to dodgeball, and it uses a furry, misshapen ball made of stuffed goat hide, and also requires a dozen or more elevated platforms, usually pillars or tree stumps, arranged in a random pattern.
Oh no.
2 teams of 4 players clamber onto the platform, pass the ball back and forth, and try and knock their opponents off their platforms. A team wins if all its opponents have been knocked out of the game. The way we do this game mechanic-wise is to determine the outcome of a goat ball game. Each player in the game makes a strength or dexterity check, add up the totals for each team, and the team with the highest total wins. In the event of a tie, the game goes into overtime, and all the players re-roll.
Let's do it.
What I'd also do, too, I'm going to add in that if you don't win and you have to go into a second one, everyone's got to make a fatigue check.
So before we begin, Cola is going to find a little corner, sit down, and start the incantations because he's going to need 10 minutes. And I cast strength on myself.
Surely
Whoa.
that's against the rules.
Yes.
Cheating.
You know there's a divine piss test before every game of goat ball, right?
Oh,
Totally kidding.
Is that going to be a bit much? Well, maybe Cola. You know what? He's the priest. Maybe he shouldn't be playing anyway. I should be sitting there waiting to mend all of your damn wounds.
No, you should be playing, but no
Can we
strength.
play with the bear? Is that allowed?
What's that?
Can we bring a werebear? Austin's with us.
Team?
Osen he can compete, but he can't compete as a bear. And he's not.
Why not?
Remember how tiny he is?
Oh, yeah,
Why
maybe
can't
not.
he compete as a bear? That's not magically cheating. That's just his natural ability.
Nope.
Form, yeah.
They don't let animals play. Would you allow griffins to play? What are you?
There's no rules that say dogs can't be.
Akhenathi?
I won't cast the damn spell.
We're not playing by Akhenathi rules here. Boo! Boo!
Uh,
Oh, guys, you know what? It's if we win, great. But if we have to do something like magical to get there,
oh, you're right. Where's the honor in that?
Okay. The stands are filling, guys.
All right,
I
let's
am,
do it.
however, gonna take a good swig of ale before I start this.
Oh, that's the new dynamic lighting updates as you drag instead of when you drop. That's
Yep.
cool.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
I mean, you can do that on the old dynamic lighting too. It's just I normally set it to drag once you. It only reveals once you drop it.
How are we going to do combined strength if we're using AD&D rules?
What do you mean combined
'Cause
strength?
I that out of the 5th edition book where you all just add, it's. But you're since
But
it's
that's
roll
not what I
under,
said.
how?
That's not what I said.
Oh.
I said
We
it's
all make a
strength
roll.
check or dex check.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. So if we all have to make them, this is not passing them. We're
Yeah,
not
it's
actually
just you
comparing-
make the check, and if you pass, yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
yeah, it's just a pass or fail. But we compare our group numbers versus their group.
Yeah.
numbers.
So you guys are
Okay.
beginning to collect in the goat ball court, and you can see that there is quite the crowd, including the Aarakocra, looking to see what's going on. And remember I said this thing is a natural amphitheater?
Yeah.
Even more so for the stands. Like it's like a wave of noise you're hearing coming out from the things. And hold on, we need something a little more upbeat for goat ball.
Number 12 in your playbook. Number 1 in your heart.
Whoa!
Lecture.
Yeah, you guys will set up a big banner to run through. Okay, is the one here?
Where's the band? Where's the band?
We gotta play. We all come out with crazy trade on.
Yeah, exactly. All right, guys.
Lex trips and falls into the banner and it doesn't rip.
Okay, so who's ready for some goat ball? Who's participating in the goat ball? We need 4 players, guys.
Grim
Okay, is it a
is.
strength-based game?
Yeah, who's
Strength
the
or
strongest
dex?
of all of us?
Strength or dex?
Yeah, I think Tom,
Oh,
Tom.
oh. Oh shit! I wrote my damn character sheet. Stupid.
Lex can be dodgy.
Okay, so we got 4. Who are the 4 players, guys?
Who's going to do it?
Okay, I'll do it.
Tom's got crazy strength, so he should probably be on here.
Yep.
Totally.
Lex has like an 18 dex, so I'm hoping that I'm
Oh,
allowed.
yeah.
Okay.
Do it.
Cola's got strength 16.
Oh. Well, maybe Cola should do it, and Grim should take a seat. This is
Yeah, Cola's got strength 16, but like he's still small, and he hasn't done so well with hanging off of things lately.
He was one of the last picked for goat ball in high school.
Fuck up, dwarf. Let's make it happen.
Yeah, but he's solid, right? If he gets hit, he'll just weather the blows. Versus Grim, Grim will go flying.
I mean, in theory, yes.
Literally, we'll
but
have to do a pure serious on Grim.
I don't have access to that, so.
I keep telling you guys are stronger than I look.
Okay.
They are.
So here's what we're gonna do: is it'll be Price is Right style. You want to roll as high as possible, and this is how about the total. I see your question now, Brandon. I was looking at the thing. Whatever you roll, we add that to the total. But if you roll over, you fail. So
Gotcha.
you get nothing. That means you're knocked off of the podium. So
it's Cola, Tom, Gorwin, and Lex.
yep. And let's get the Goliath Warriors are going to take their place in the northern things here.
Grim, are you going to get the cheering section going? Like, L, E, X, Lex.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that'd be cool. That's Cola's responsibility. I'm actually playing.
All right, here we go, guys. So they are sitting in position. Those of you who are not playing, I guess it's only Grim. Grim, take your place in the stands.
I thought I was. Oh no, I'm not playing. Okay, sure.
Well, I don't know. Are you or not? You guys. I need a decision made here.
Cola would be better. Actually, Cola would be better if he's got 16. I'll let him do it.
I'm in.
Okay.
This is a bad idea.
All right. So, guys, everyone is standing. You can picture you've clambered up onto these things, and the Goliath warriors are just like poof, 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 passing this thing back and forth at you guys, and they're sort of like and the crowd is going crazy, cheering for them. Who is going to be the first one to get hit with a goat ball, guys? We'll go back and forth on this.
All right, I'll start.
Okay, so they hurl it at Cola. Cola, give us your strength is a 16. Roll 16. Yeah, you should go as high as you can without going over 16.
Oh, okay, so no penalties right now?
No penalties, just roll. And
Okay,
don't roll.
guys.
Yeah. 17 or higher is a fail.
Okay, all right.
He
all right.
hits, but it's pretty sad. He kind of like teeters back and almost goes off the side. The whole crowd is like, ah! So you scored 4 points for your what do you call it, for your team. Then
wait, so we want to score as high as possible but not go over.
Exactly.
Oh boy, no. I don't
Okay.
like this game.
So then Cola is going to throw back at a Goliath. So let's.
Another
Oh, here, you know, Grim, you can roll for the Goliaths. So that way everyone's rolling. So give me a D20 roll. They have a 15 strength each.
Okay.
So here we go.
Fail.
So you actually knock one of them off. Oh no, don't roll them all. Hold on, one at a time.
Do I have
One
to
at a
roll
time.
a strength check to see?
Okay, sorry.
Yep.
Do I have to do like a thrown weapon check or something like that to see?
You toss at them,
okay.
poof, and you knock one of them
All right.
off. He throws them off balance. The whole crowd's like, oh! All right, who is getting targeted next? Either Thomas, Gorwin, or Lex.
Do it randomly.
Okay, I'll go.
You go. Okay, so Lex, go ahead and make your strength check. Or Dex. Or Dex. Three. So again, the safest of moves. It hits you in the leg and kind of spins you around, and the whole crowd's like, ah! They think you're gonna fall off, and then you kind of catch yourself and. Whew. All right. Next is Grim. Go ahead. Give us another roll. So you guys have a total of 7 right now for your score.
They have a 3.
3, so that passed,
Oh, 3.
barely.
So they pass, but then they don't add much to it. So 7 to your 3. Gorwin or Tom, you're next. Who wants to go? Tom will go.
I'm happy to be the doer.
Okay. 9. Okay, success. So you are up to 16 now. And Brandon, go ahead. Give us another roll. Oh,
Fail.
Knocks them off. Another one is off. Boof. 0 for them. Then, Tom, you may have this in the bag here. Give us another strength check. You roll 18 or less. Three.
Good.
Easy.
So you guys are at 19, and they have 2 more players to go. So
One more.
one more.
The
1,
second
2.
one.
Oh yeah, they succeeded and failed twice. Right. Grim,
Yeah.
go ahead and make your roll. They could tie it up with. Whoa,
Succeeded.
10. Guys, you won the goat ball game.
Oh,
Yay!
That is nuts.
Okay,
No,
and they.
I walked by and I give Lex a little wink and I said, or no, the dwarves don't play this game. This is beginner's luck. This is, never mind. I don't have a witty remark.
However, beginner's luck it may be, but the Goliath are thrilled by this. And you can picture it's been more than just like one roll each. It's been a lot of back and forth and nail-biting things where you're almost falling off the podium, and you guys beam one of them in the head and they fall off. So but you are thoroughly embraced by the community. They are very, very not only impressed that you decided to play some goat ball, but that you actually beat their best players too. So, what I will say is, Cola, you get 5 charges back from today.
Oh, yeah.
Because there is a hell of a celebration that is going to be happening tonight.
Nice.
All right.
That is, we're now in the realm of having restoration available, but I do not have access to cure critical. We're at 12 out of 15.
Okay. Then, that evening, you guys get to celebrate with the Goliaths, and you get the sense that they are definitely warming to you guys. Not only, having seen the what do you call it? Your Perriton, horns, and now seeing how you guys held up to a vigorous game of goat ball. You're making some fast friends here in Wormdoom Crag.
This is freaking awesome. Friends with these like massive brute Goliaths. Ugh.
Yeah. In fact, someone else joked about it, but now that you've made allies with the Goliaths of Wormdoom Crag, guys, you've unlocked Goliaths as a potential player character race.
I guess I gotta perish quickly and level fast.
Or just die quickly.
Okay. So then, what do you guys wish to spend your evening doing, apart from just celebrating with them? Anything else you want to do, or is that...
Is there any moment at which... Oh, what's her name?
I'm going to read my book.
Okay.
The...
You're the book you found?
Yeah. That book.
Excellent.
I can't...
Is that the evil book?
You mean Ogolai, Cola?
It's just
Ogolai.
it's a
Yeah.
good book.
Just wondering if well, I don't know. Lex seemed to be be onto something when he said, she's. When we spoke last, she was in front of her whole tribe in a very public way, and there's politics involved. And if we caught a hint that there's a part of her that may be sympathetic or lament, that she can't. It seems like she couldn't. She lamented the fact that she couldn't take a more conciliatory tone in front of her tribe. Maybe speaking with her privately. I'm thinking. I'll talk to Lex about this to see. Let's do this in character.
Okay.
Lex, I don't know about you, but it seemed like she had this sense that, or she seemed to be reluctant to take the conversation any further and to show any sign of weakness in front of her tribe, which certainly I can appreciate and understand. I wonder, though. There was just a hint of something, and I don't even know if I'm reading it right. But do you think she might, if we were to talk with her privately, do you think she might be open to meeting with the other chieftain in private, with none of the other people present, just us? Maybe one other witness to be sure that they're not lying about it, but nothing else. And perhaps a more authentic conversation could be had.
I think you definitely picked up the same thing I picked up, but at the same time, how would you do that? Her people aren't going to let her just walk out of here. If she sneaks off, that's deceitful. I think we have to let this play out and give her the opportunity at some point. You know, if Rockfist comes here, maybe they can have that conversation in private. But I don't know if her going away and doing something deceitful to her tribe is any worse or any better, or maybe even worse than her trying to be lenient.
And do you think Rockfist is really that likely to come here with anything fewer? If he does, if we can convince him that it's worth trying, do you think he'd come with anything less than his whole tribe? I mean, that could spark a war,
or it could spark a goat bowl tournament.
Yes.
I think we play on the strengths of the past and the things that have gone well, and we try to get them to see that and not the negatives that they keep seeing. You know, it's kind of like when we were talking to the dwarves and trying to get them to talk down from the black ice. We weren't talking about the negatives of the black ice. We were talking about kith and kin and you know, being one like they used to be and things like that. And we reached them on a different level. I think we try that.
Well, I mean,
and when you were describing the black ice and what it did, your voice and tone aside, what you described in a way seemed very similar to how Rockfist was acting. Maybe he's got black eyes on him somehow. We don't know. He seems pretty adamant about like keeping this grudge alive and getting more blood. Like, what is that normal for a leader of a tribe, do you think?
It did strike me that
Older guy?
Olagai, I will get this eventually. It does strike me that Olagai she certainly expects the other side to make some sort of gesture of wanting peace, and certainly she's doing a show of strength, but you might be onto something here. She doesn't seem to be. She wants an apology from the other side before anything can move forward, but she doesn't strike me as someone who has a desire to keep the grudge going for its own sake.
Right. She seems to be of letting go, and she just wants to. She's willing to put this to rest. Rockfist wasn't. He's still like it happened yesterday, and it clearly happened like decades ago.
Aye.
We should go talk to Rockfist. Maybe Kanaka or
I think
Druid can help us with that.
I think we go to her first.
Yeah.
What do you think? If you are right in your suspicions, then I think based on our experiences with my uncle and my mother, I don't think a conversation with Rockfist would necessarily go that well unless we were first prepared. We also don't know who else might be under the influence. If he is, surely he may have.
Certainly didn't seem that way.
No, I would agree.
And she does probably hold some sway in their plan.
It seemed like she held a lot.
Maybe we can use her as an ally to get to Rockfist, to get to who he really is, and if he's really a bloodthirsty, then I don't know.
No, you're making sense. All right, we wait till we're back at not High Tower. Ugh, Sky
Sky Tower Shelter?
No shelter, yeah.
So-
We get returned.
Okay, so you guys rejoin the party. What if Gorwin, I'm picturing, is talking to that same Goliath, and then sort of like he's showing him the runes that they use for writing.
Yeah, because I even have we haven't done anything with it yet, but I wrote down, because of my academic background, I have a bonus with anybody who fancies themselves an intellectual, is an author, researcher, teacher, journalist, or fellow scholar. And it seems like that would be sort of the equivalent for a people like this.
Yeah. So I mean, there would probably be a skald of some kind in the in the tribe, and that's who you've made yourself. Hey, excuse me, please. Sorry, someone's trying to strip my cardigan off one shoulder at a time here. Would you please? Thank you. Anna says hi to everybody too.
She's like,
And
Dad,
it says
Dad,
we've only
Dad.
got 12 minutes left.
Yeah, it's the internal clock on this dog is uncanny. On the weekends, at least. Hey, please. I know. Where's your toy, Anna? Where's your toy? Hey, where's your toy? Go get it. Good girl. Sorry, guys. I don't know what she saw outside, but it worked her the fuck up. So what? You're talking to the skald in the group, Gorwin, and the skald's name is a rook thundercaller, and he's actually the one who has been caring for the not Thrycreen, the Aarakocra. There he is, Eric. Or Rook. Okay. And what about Tom? Apart from being celebrated as a really wonderful goat ball player, what's Tom doing at the celebration?
He's probably just going to sit back and enjoy the rest, I think.
Okay.
But he will, presumably I do have some Dwarven, because that's one of the ones I've been laying, so he will sort of, when the opportunity presents itself, he's going to say, well, we have to face the changes that are coming. The White Witch is no friend to everyone. Fighting amongst ourselves is a good way to die separately.
Okay. I mean, it's very much the refrain that they've been saying since they got here, so that's... but I think, Tom, your comment at least seems to... you say it in passing to either your colleagues or to some of the Goliaths, but it seems that Ogilai has been listening, and Ogilai gets up in front of the whole, it's that big warm hall that you guys were in before, and she says, "Tunlakalaga, folk of Wormdoom Crag. These small ones came, and at first we saw them as agents of Rockfist. And you're, they're all pounding on stuff. But, as is often the way in this world, the appearance at first was not the truth. They are great hunters, slewn many the death from the sky, and they all kind of start cheering you guys. The ones that are near you are patting you on the back. They have proved themselves not only equal, but greater than the best among us in Goat Ball. And they all, are all cheering. And some of them are slapping, like, the ones that lost to you. They're like, shoving them like they're, they're losers.
We may want to watch out for those ones.
The thing is, they're good-spirited losers, too. Like, you win, you lose. They don't hold a grudge against it. They're the first ones to embrace you guys after were the ones you knocked off the pillars.
They really are Klingons.
Yeah. These ones have ventured far for the best, for what is best for those who would not stand for themselves due to weakness of will and weakness of body. And they kind of die down a bit. These would fight the battles that others cannot or will not. They have the strength and the spirit of the worm. And they all kind of like, ah, are all calling out for you guys. These new friends of the Tunlaka Laga show us what true courage is. They would venture out and seek peace when the folk would not find it themselves. We owe it to them to risk the same. And so, if he will bring himself down from his high mountain, I will meet with Rockfist at the Gap of the Winds. And he looks right at you, Lex, or she's looking at you now, Lex. Let him come down, and we will speak. There may be no peace to be made. Certainly, with one as treacherous as Rockbiter, or as Rockfist. We cannot expect much. And they kind of left.
Rockbiter sounds like the slight that she...
Yeah, oh yeah, totally. That's great. That's way better in fiction. But we will not be the ones to close our fist to a mending of the folk. What say you, Tunlaka Laga? And they all jump up and are like, ah! And cheering in a deafening way that just fills the hall. And she looks at you, Lex, and nods. Looks at you, Tom, and nods. Looks at you, Cola, and nods. And so, you set the date, and they will meet with the folk of Sky Tower Shelter.
We figure it's 3 days back.
Well, we will find out tomorrow. This brings us to the end of our session. So, all right, honey, please. No. Stop. Stop. Okay. Good girl. Good girl. Alrighty, guys. Let's calculate some XP.
XP.
Mm-hmm.
What does a goat ball champion earn?
Exactly. All right, hold on here.
About 2.5 a year.
Yeah, really. It depends on endorsements.
I'm a free agent this year, so.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. Just signed on with DK.
All right, guys. So I'm. How many points of astonishing fortune are left? Did you use any?
Oh, no, we didn't use any.
All of it. Nice. So that's 250. Okay. And
I imagine
because I'm actually giving me a story reward for making allies of them as well too. So guys, for today's epic Goat Ball championship, I will not give XP to Osten because he neither took part in the negotiations, nor did he play Goat Ball. That means each of you guys is walking away with 650 XP, 650. And that is before your XP, what do you call it, your prime requisite modifier.
Wow, I'm going to start playing more Goat Ball.
All right. So then, for those listening at home, thank you so much for joining us for session, I think, 45 of our Legacy of the Crystal Shard campaign. As is always the case, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns regarding the session, the campaign, the game, please do not hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section of the video, and I will endeavor to reply in a timely fashion. In addition, you can reach me on Twitter at Dungeon Musings, and you can reach me by email. My email address is dungeonmusings@gmail.com. You can also, if you don't want to miss any future sessions, be sure to click on subscribe and click the bell icon to be notified when we go live. And you can also find the schedule for the coming week on the community tab of the Dungeon Musings channel. I post that every Sunday night. You can also find it posted to Twitter and on the Dungeon Musings Discord server. And if you want to find us on the Dungeon Musings Discord server, you can find a link to that in the description of this video. You are more than welcome to join us there. We have channels dedicated to this campaign, this game, and every other campaign we run on the channel, as well as a bunch of other great stuff like finding a group, what else? Oh, the dogs, obviously. We have pictures of our dogs and other pets. And there is a channel dedicated to online conventions. You also want to be keeping, if you want to keep track of all the great deals, we have a very active commerce channel as well, too, that keeps you apprised of all the different deals and specials that are going on, which has been very active at the time of recording because of Black Friday specials. So, last but not least, I want to give a huge thank you to the players. So, Dave, Brandon, Arlen, Andrew, Mo, thank you so much for joining me back in the Icewind Dale today, guys. I was, to be honest, because we had some people dropping out or saying they weren't able to make it, I wasn't sure we were going to have a session today, and I am really, really glad we did. This was a lot of fun. And congratulations on making new friends, too. So,
Thanks, Kevin. Fun time.
for those listening at home, once again, thank you so much for joining us. If you are joining us during the current crisis, the reason we're actually running this campaign in the first place, we do hope that this finds you healthy, safe, and weathering the current crisis as well as can be expected. We do hope that this has given you a couple of hours to take your mind off of the troubles of our world and think about the troubles that our heroes keep getting themselves into, and the friends, I guess, that they're making along the way. And until we see you again, happy gaming.